Tonight's show and topic of discussion do not necessarily reflect the opinion of Spaced Out Radio, SOR Media, or its hosts. Listener discretion is advised. Here at Spaced Out Radio, we are about to take you higher. Broadcasting from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado to you listening around the world. Welcome to Spaced Out Saturdays on Spaced Out Radio. You can follow Tessa on our Facebook page at Spaced Out Radio, on Twitter at TessaTNT, and you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio for our archives. Now broadcasting from our Mile High Radio Clubhouse on Spaced Out Saturdays with your host, Tessa N Thomas.
Good evening, Spaced Out Radio. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a Rocky Mountain high. Get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners and settle down snugly at mile marker 419.9 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, December 1st, Sunday, December 2nd for those of you on the East Coast and beyond, and this is Spaced Out Radio. I hope you had a rockin' week, an awesome day, and an even better evening. I am your host, Tessa TNT, and I am live tonight broadcasting from beautiful, chilly Bayfield, Colorado. We are 150,000 strong nightly on Spaced Out Radio Network, spacedoutradio.com, Spreaker, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, as well as Deep Talk Radio, which you can find at deeptalkradio.com. You guys don't forget to head to our website, spacedoutradio.com, where you can peruse the Spaced Out Radio store and read the Encounter Online, dealing with everything strange, paranormal, and odd. And I know we've had some issues with the website, and Amy's got it up and running, but if you do have issues getting into the paranormal store, just be patient. She'll have it up and running in no time. Tonight, I have a treat for all my guys and gals out there. Tonight, we'll be talking to and getting to know Dr. Julius Green. He is a medicinal organic chemist with a diverse background. Dr. Green has a bachelor in chemistry and a master's in biochemistry and a PhD in medicinal organic chemistry. Dr. Green's research focuses on DNA structures and energy interactions, antimicrobial DNA, minor groove binders, and DNA binding compounds for photodynamic and neutron capture therapy. Dr. Green, a native of Detroit, Michigan, had a love of learning and science at an early age. A survivor of childhood cancer, Dr. Green was fascinated by science and medicine and the good it can do for people. Encouraged by his nurse, teacher, mother, and preacher father, Dr. Green explored the world around him through books, encyclopedias, and science experiments. Dr. Green noticed at a young age that he could control his dreams and would use his dreams to help with schoolwork, solve math and science problems, and write essays and reports. Dr. Green has worked in corporate America as a chemist, in academia as an adjunct professor, and in the nonprofit industry as an executive director. Dr. Green also does science, volunteer, and outreach work throughout the community. Some of Dr. Green's gifts are dream analysis, tarot readings, future predictions, and he has a deep love for crystals. Dr. Green explores esoteric knowledge from ancient Egyptian alchemy and applies it to the 21st century science and technology. Dr. Green is currently in the process of starting a psychic chemist. Starting a pharmaceutical research company and has just launched psychicchemist.com to inspire more scientists to explore esoteric knowledge and tap into their natural psychic abilities. Dr. Green's vision is to create a sustainable network of leaders who focus on equality of education, economics, and resources towards the inspiring tomorrow's psychic and scientists. So, Dr. Green, it's so great to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy about how quickly this all came together.
I was very surprised as well. Sometimes it's kind of like pulling teeth. You want to come in? And it was very last minute, and I'm so grateful that you did come in. And I'm so glad that you're here, and I want to hear all about you.
Well, where do you want to start?
Well, perhaps we should start from the beginning. How you discovered your love for all of these things, including being a psychic. Did you realize your gifts in the beginning, or did it come through like the process of learning science and chemistry and such?
Okay, well, in the beginning, since I had childhood cancer, I was born with Wilms tumor, which is a cancer of the kidney that affects children. So my earliest memories are of really being in the hospital. And so from that, as I got older, being a child of the 80s, we used to have these things called an encyclopedia, which is kind of like Wikipedia, but it's in book form. So I will always sneak up to my sister's room, and I will look through the encyclopedia first. Start off, looking at where the kidney was supposed to be and what's cancer. And even before I could read, I will always just look at all the pictures. So like a lot of my earliest memories are of the hospital, or there will be times where when I was sick and I would kind of be disembodied, and I would kind of be hovering over myself. And I didn't think it was abnormal at the time. It was life. It didn't seem abnormal until later on, and that's when I began to, I guess, hide things, which is what a lot of people would do. To kind of shorten this story, with the dream stuff, I will always have these vivid dreams. And I just thought everybody could control their dreams. So that's something else that I found out people can do. But it came to serve me later on in life during school, especially with math work. I was naturally gifted in math, but with that, as math became harder and the problems became longer, sometimes I would get frustrated. So I would just like fall asleep, sometimes with my head on the book, or sometimes like next to the book while I'm doing homework. And I would literally have a dream about whatever problem I was having, and I would solve the problem perfectly in my dream. The only issue would be like remembering the dream when I woke up. But that was a gift that carried me through school. Because my parents were so religious, a lot of my gifts and abilities were kind of shunned upon. Actually, my sister, she could see dead people, or she could tell when somebody would die with like the next 2 weeks. And when she went to the preacher about it, they told her, that was evil, or it was in her head. And they eventually ended up psyching her out of that ability. And it wasn't until her 40th birthday back in 2013 when I started to come out about this to my family. And she told me this about her. And I told her some things about myself that I saw, okay, wow, this is something that's in the family. She also told me that my grandmother could see dead people. So fast forward to about 2012, 2013, when we were all supposed to ascend and be taken up on light ships, and it didn't happen. I guess it was because of the energy. I just naturally started to ask questions. I was in grad school at that time. I started to ask more questions and become more conscious. And around 2013, I had just gotten into YouTube, and I was always say these YouTube videos about science, about metaphysics, about Egyptology. And just one night, it was in April 2013, I was watching these videos, and for some reason, I just couldn't stop. And I literally stayed up all night until 6 a.m. Watching these videos. And it was around 6 o'clock in the morning. I just stayed up all night. I put all these pieces together, and it was just like, oh my God, God is real.
Hmm.
And at that point, I guess you can call it a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. I felt this feeling come up my spine, and I just felt so. It's an indescribable feeling. It wasn't even like being high. I just felt electric all over, and I just had this clarity, and I could see everything. Um, and one of the things that triggered it was I saw this cymatic cymatograph. Um, so cymatics, I'm sure a lot of your listeners know, um, is using sound to make patterns. So one of these patterns that I saw looked exactly like um, the X-ray crystallography of deformed DNA, and that was just so amazing to me that sound could do that, and I could just literally piece together how vibration could make DNA, could make all of creation. So here I am having this, wonderful high experience. I could see everything, um, and I'm walking around just happy and talking to people and showing. I'm in grad school showing people uh, the cymatics. I'm like, don't you see this is B-form DNA? And eventually I saw that people were thinking that I was crazy. Um, so I calmed myself down after 3 days, um, because I didn't want people to think I was crazy and to put me into a psych ward, which was a bad decision for me to calm myself down. I came back down to the local world, but I still was exploring all of these metaphysical books and just kept exploring and was tying things into science. Um, so recently, uh, this came forth from me teaching general chemistry. Well, the first thing we do in the first chapter is we teach where does chemistry come from. Well, chemistry comes from alchemy, um, and so what we consider modern science is actually derived from the alchemical sciences that people have been practicing. And alchemy comes from ancient Egypt. So recently I've just been studying up on alchemy, trying to get more in tune with, where does chemistry actually come from? And there's a lot of fascinating things with alchemy. It's not just physical science, but there's mental science that goes along with it. So the experiments that you're doing, yes, you're getting physical results, but you also have to think about it and do it at certain times. So it ties into psychology, um, sociology, the mental realm. So I'm exploring this world and I'm trying to inspire other people to explore this world because there's more to science than what we see.
Indeed, and it's so interesting all the different things that you can learn not only about science but about yourself through science.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing. Science was one of my favorite topics in school and still today.
And science is supposed to be fun, and it is. Unfortunately, with today's educational system, because we're so test oriented and the stress of testing takes the fun out of science, and I want to put the fun back in there.
That would be awesome, and it is so true. Like today, kids aren't taught to learn, they're taught to learn how to test. So yeah, it's just pretty crazy. And you're also into like crystals and stuff. Did that come through chemistry and alchemy and such?
That was one of those things that was natural. A funny story, I got in trouble when I was 7 years old because I saw one of these psychic commercials that was really popular in the 80s. And if you call this 1-800 number, you'll get a free crystal. And so I called thinking I would get a free crystal. But that wasn't the case, and I got in trouble for calling that number. But that always stuck with me. And then around the time when I turned 30, I realized, hey, I'm an adult now. I can buy crystals if I want to, and not get in trouble for it. So I started buying crystals, and I probably have around 40 or 50 pieces by now. I would love to, have more. I'm just obsessed with them.
Yeah, and they truly do have like their own energy and their own uses. And my mentor, before she passed from cancer, she was beginning to teach me about them. And after she passed, I was able to get some of her books. And so I'm still kind of learning through her, but just through the books that she had. But it's amazing all the things you learn about the things that they can do to help you or heal you or, change your energy or protect you. There's so many amazing things.
And one of the amazing things about crystals, for me, is that they represent order out of chaos. So crystals are at the molecular level ordered entities. So if you think about the chaos that was here before light called everything into order, the chaos that was there, crystals have come into being by taking all these atoms or all these molecules and putting them in a specific order. And each crystal represents a specific order. And so that's where a lot of that, the energy that's associated with the crystals come from. It's from the order that's evolved molecularly at the molecular level for each crystal.
So what's your favorite crystal?
Oh, I have so many. My favorite will probably be, at the time, Kyanite or lapis lazuli. It's really a toss-up between the two. Kyanite's a little bit on top of lapis lazuli.
And what are their uses? Like, what do they do?
So, Kyanite, well, first of all, let me describe Kyanite for you. It is this very beautiful bluish stone. It has a lot of spiritual properties with affecting your third eye. So it gives you better insight. It amplifies your intuition. It also helps you with psychic communication. Let's see, lapis lazuli. I didn't know I was going to have a test. Lapis lazuli is also good for insight. It can give you insight into your past lives and to ancient civilizations, as well as spiritual insight.
I heard it's also good for like anxiety. If you have anxiety, kind of calming that.
Oh yes, that too. It helps keep you calm.
It's so cool the way they work. So how young were you when you first realized that you had a gift?
I would say others realized it before I did. Again, this goes back to my religious parents. So every time I would go to church, people would, say I would be something one day, or, I'm going to be a preacher or a teacher. Also, people who were on their deathbeds, because my father was an assistant pastor. He was charged with going around seeing all the sick and shut in. And people would literally request me on their deathbed. And when I didn't want to go because I was so young, I wanted to be at home watching, TV. But when I would come into the room and, their eyes would be closed and they're going through the death process, they would say, "Julius is here." And every time their eyes will open up. And it kind of spooked me out a little bit that would happen. I would say I really didn't realize I had spiritual gifts really until my 30s. I would say 2012 really did open my eyes. It's like, okay, what am I doing here? What's the purpose of all this?
And it really is so hard when your parents are highly religious. There's a lot of denial, and they should be the ones supporting and helping you build upon these things. But when it comes to religion, a lot of times there's a lot of judgment and ridicule, and this is evil. Like, I had one of my aunts tell me, "Why do you think God's going to protect you when you go out on an investigation or whatnot?" And when you're doing something that's so wrong and so evil and there's no ghosts, they're just demons and all this stuff that I find to be ignorant. But I feel like, to me it would be a sin to cast this gift aside instead of nurturing and building upon it and helping people with it.
Yeah, it's all fear tactics for control. And the generation before us, and even before them, each generation beforehand bought into it piece by piece. But the good thing is that the shackles of control have slowly been coming apart, and my generation is different, and the new generation coming up. Oh my God, they're just they're so spiritual. You can't control them with religion. They know who source is.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, I've read that, towards the end times or whatnot, people are going to have more gifts and they're going to learn how to use them. And it is for a reason. Like, we do need light workers and people with these certain gifts to help each other through this turmoil that we're going to be facing. But it's very amazing how it does run through your family. Like you were saying, your grandmother had a gift, and I'm sure, your parents probably had a gift, and you have a gift, and who knows how far it spreads, but it kind of goes through generation to generation, and it just seems to get stronger and stronger. And luckily we're in open times to where, people are more accepting of it. I don't know if it's because of all the stuff that's out on TV or what, but a lot of people are very accepting and actually kind of excited about, what's going on with these gifts and how people are using them.
Yeah, well, what we've been doing has not been working. People are realizing that, and so people are opening up to not only what else is out there, but what is it to be human? There's more to being human than waking up at a time that you don't want to wake up to go to a job that you don't want to do 5 days a week, and then looking forward to the weekend and just having no life. So people are waking up from the slavery that we've been under, and we are just in great times right now. Like you said earlier, we're about to go through some. I don't want to use the word tumultuous, but some shocking things, to some shock therapy to shock us awake. And I know people have been saying that for years, ever since I started on this metaphysical trip in 2012. But here in 2018, going on to 2019, soon is there's no better word than soon. It really is going to happen soon. It really is going to happen this time, and I'm just so excited because I'm tired of waiting. I'm ready for the fireworks to begin, and I'm ready to begin building the new earth that I know that we can all build, and finally be in love and peace, and actually be happy be happy to be here.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think that is the meaning of life or whatnot, is to find happiness. And it is so hard. I mean, it's like a roller coaster, up and down. You're happy, then you're going through all this stuff, and you kind of need to learn from it and embrace it, because it does build you up to who you need to be and preparing you for things that are, in the future. And when you said that, how it's been said, it has been said since the beginning of time, the end of the world is coming, and teenagers these days, But you really do see the signs out there that something is really happening, and a lot of people are trying to ignore it, but I just see them and I'm just like, what's next? I mean, there's so many insane, crazy things going on out there, and it is exciting, but at the same time, it's very scary to me.
Yes, well, I want to say there's nothing to be scared about, but I will encourage people to be prepared, have discernment, don't fall for everything that you hear and see. When I say be prepared mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Be grounded. Probably have some emergency supplies ready, because we don't know how the school bullies, so to say, on Earth are going to react when they have their final temper tantrum as they're being removed from the planet, and control is given back to us.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, the scary part of it is there are a lot of hard times and horrible things that we will be subjected to as far as seeing and realizing, and it'll be hard, but it'll be worth it.
Yes.
But yeah, it's exciting, but at the same time, to me, it's kind of scary. Like, I don't want to see that. But, and then I worry about my kids as well. Like, what are they going through, and are they prepared? And, it seems hard enough getting them through high school and, first grade. I mean, but yeah, I think it's important to help each other and build each other up. And I preach that all the time. Let's not tear each other down. Let's help each other and build each other up.
Well, I would say that you specifically, you have a really good, oh my God, you give me a headache. You have a really good personal and professional network. So you and your kids are going to be okay.
That's good to hear.
When I say that you were giving me a headache, sometimes my pineal gland is still decalcifying. Sometimes when I activate it, I can feel it throbbing. So when I started talking about you, I guess you were reaching out to me psychically, and it started to happen.
It's like wah wah wah. All right,
that's exactly what it did.
Yeah, slow it down a little bit, okay? But yeah. So when did you first get into tarot cards? And when you first started to use them, did it just come naturally to you, or did you kind of have to work at it? How did that work out for you?
Oh, I was so scared when I got started because it was quote unquote evil. So it was a decision that I prayed a lot about, and I appealed directly to source. Like, if this is the wrong thing to do, let me know. And, if it's something you want me to do, please protect me and, guide me. And so I was in a metaphysical shop in Atlanta to get some crystals, and they had a Oracle tarot card section. And I just went over there out of curiosity, and there are these crystal Oracle cards. I had it right in front of me. Crystal Diva cards by Cindy Watlington. They kind of like just called to me, and I purchased them. They're based on crystals. I, just read through the book and started practicing them, and I just found out I was a natural. And every time I go into a metaphysical shop, I need to stay away from the Oracle card section because I will walk away from there with another deck. I have like 9 decks now. I've been collecting decks for about 5 years. And each time I get a deck, they call to me.
I know you can go broke in those stores, I swear. Whether it's stones or tarot cards or, whatever you're drawn to. I kind of try to avoid it sometimes because I know I'm gonna go broke.
Exactly. But sometimes I go in there like, it's kind of like Walmart or Target. This is my shopping list, but I know if I go in here for a pack of gum, I'm going to come out with a new sweater, probably some groceries, and some chips and things I don't need. So I'm prepared to spend that extra money. The metaphysical stores are my new target.
Right, and they always seem to be reorganizing and putting things in different places, so you have to trek through different areas and see different things and be like, ooh, ah, and, they're looking for that buy where you're just, like, impulsively buying things because you're like, oh, that'd be awesome to have. I'm still on the hunt for my own elf, how they do the elf on the shelf, and I found one, but it was just like a stuffed one. It wasn't the one that you can pose, and I've been wanting one for so many years that I can pose and make do naughty or crazy things and take pictures and share on the social network because it looks like so much fun and people are so creative with it. But yeah, the impulse buy, like they're just hoping you do it. And so they just keep reorganizing and putting things in different places. It's a trap.
Same thing with the internet. It's another trap.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the right site. Next thing you know, um, you might spend some money. My thing is I'll bookmark it and say I'll go here later, and hopefully I'll forget about it. But when the time is right, I'll go back to those bookmarks and get what I need. Because if you truly uh, are drawn to something, something's truly calling to you, you will get it regardless. It's inevitable.
So, what is the most like amazing or mind blowing card reading you've ever done? Not naming names, but one that just really blew your mind and you couldn't believe that you just read that for someone, including yourself.
I would say in general, the most mind blowing card readings are the 12-month future forecasting. Um, I do one for myself all the time. I do one annually for the year, so I'll probably do one December 31st or January 1st for 2019, or I'll do it specifically for like for a love life or financial situation or business situation or just whatever thing that I or a client want to focus on for the next 12 months. And it's kind of, I don't want to use the word scary, but it's really eerie how accurate these predictions are, which I kind of like because another one of my fascinations is time. I've always been fascinated with time. What is it? Where does it come from? How does it work? So to be able to do these future forecasts for people and for them to be accurate, it blows my mind. I did a future forecast one of my best friends in Atlanta. He was having some problems, and every month he's like, "Oh my God, the card was true. The card was true this month. This happened. This person deceived me," and he'll have a card for deception for the month. This happened at work. I got a promotion. He got a good card for this month. And I have to say this because it's just popped into my mind. One of the 12-month predictions I did for this year had an emotional loss in August, and I had never drawn that card before, and kind of really didn't know what it meant. Like, okay, emotional loss, something bad's going to happen. And that was the month my stepmom passed away, and when she passed away, that's when I realized, like, oh wow, I predicted this was going to happen, and it kind of scared me for a little bit, and I stayed away from the cards for a couple of weeks, because sometimes when you get a little bit too much information, you have to process it. Do I really want to know this? Can I really handle this energy right now? But yeah, that was the most mind blowing ones when I predicted that death happening. But on a positive note, if I can do a 12-month prediction for anybody, it's great just how accurate it is.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I used to do tarot cards quite often, and when I met my first daughter's dad, I was telling him about it, and he's like, well, do a reading for me. And I was like, well, I'll just show you an example so you understand what the layout is and everything, and then I'll do one for you. And I did it, and it was in the loon's foot. I can't remember exactly what type of cards they were. I still have them around. But they had this awesome artwork on it. But everything that I had seen in there was everything that had happened within that relationship and in the future. And so, like you said, it really freaked me out, and it was to the point where I didn't pick them up for quite a while. And then when I did pick them up again, my brother had just gotten out of jail. I was staying at my big brother's house, and he came in and he had some drinks, which him and alcohol don't mix, and he started going kind of crazy. Like, it freaked me out. Like, he was stalking me through the house. He turned off the lights, started stalking me through the house, and was really scaring me. I was really fearing for my life, and I started running up the stairs, and I turned on a light, and he's at the base of the stairs, and he said something to me. I don't remember what. and I threw the deck of tarot cards at him, and it was funny. They stayed together until the point that they impacted his head, and then it was kind of like, in a total circle all around, and he started picking them up and ripping them, which I took them and put them all back together because it was my first deck of cards I'd ever had, and they were so right and so true as far as my readings went, and so I continued to use them even though they were broken, and I still do have pieces here in a box somewhere. And then this last year I had family and friends gifting me tarot cards, which was pretty cool. Like, where did this come from? And it was kind of a sign to me I need to pick this back up again, but I'm still kind of sheepish about it because of my experience. It wasn't bad. It actually told me what was going to happen, but it kind of really freaked me out to the point of, I don't know if I want to know, I might just take it as it comes and fly by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, you really have to be receptive to it. Like, do you really want to know this information? And so sometimes, which is perfectly okay, I don't want to know, which is the human experience. That's why we go through the veil of forgetfulness. Sometimes you just, you don't want to know right now. And it's perfectly okay to go to this period where you just have to, rebalance, recalibrate, and pick it back up, because tarot readings do work. They are real.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, it can be scary sometimes, but I don't know. I keep trying to nudge myself back into doing it. Come on, you can do it. It's just a matter of picking them up and doing it. But, I just kind of have that thought in the back of my mind. Do I really want to do this? But it is an amazing gift to be able to.
You should go ahead and do it, especially you said when you threw the cards at your brother, they stayed together until they hit him in the forehead and went around him in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that reminds me of I don't know if you're into anime. This is anime. There's a show called Yu-Gi-Oh, and they have a trading card game called Duel Monsters, and there's a card called Spellbinding Circle. And actually, a lot of the history of tarot, a lot of people tie it to the French. Tarot actually ties back to ancient Egypt. So the magicians would call in entities from other dimensions to duel or to showcase their magic. Now, if you were a really powerful magician, you could control entities from dark dimensions. And then problems started to arise where magicians started to call in entities that they couldn't handle. But that's really where tarot comes from, is from calling in other entities playing these magician games in ancient Egypt.
And you did a lot of homework, like you were saying, as a child, learning about these things, and there's so many amazing things that we hear about today, the actual technology and such that they had going on. Like, it really blows my mind. Like, they actually had electricity in the pyramids, and there's these, cool little batteries that they had made out of certain things, and just the power and influence they had is pretty mind-blowing. What exactly did you learn about Egypt and all of the things that they had encompassed? I had read, like you were saying, about people using demons or whatnot to do certain things, like building the Pyramid of Solomon or the Temple of Solomon and whatnot. And it's kind of like they were trying to be good, or, get a little badge, brownie badge or whatever. Like, I did good. Like, can I come on the other side or whatnot? It was pretty interesting how they did that. But I often wonder, what was the turnout for those beings?
So yeah, Egypt was a really magical place. So the batteries that you're talking about, they were acid-based batteries. So archaeologists recently discovered these jars that had chemical signatures in them that let the archaeologists know that they were dry battery units. And so the Egyptians were able to do that because they were master chemists. So another technology that the Egyptians had were laser technology. This is the reason why you have they were able to build the blocks that made the pyramids. So the blocks that make the pyramids are precisely cut like jigsaw puzzles. Uh, they are cut with such precision. It's like a knife just went through warm butter. And you
Mm-hmm.
really, the only way you can do that with technology today is with lasers. So we know that the Egyptians were able to use lasers to cut blocks, and they were also able to they had some other technology where they were able to actually levitate the blocks and move them large distances to actually build things. What happened to the entities that the ancient Egyptians called? So after a game was over, um, the entities, when the magicians were done with them, the entities were supposed to go back to their dimensions. Um, so, like I said earlier, some um, magicians were handling entities that they should not have been handling. So there are some that were able to escape and um, kind of like today, cause a little mischief, cause a little havoc around. If that happens, that's when you call, you know, the high priestess or the grand magician, the chief magician, to set things back in order. And if need be, that's when you even call um, the pharaoh, who's supposed to be one of the most powerful magicians, to set things back in order. One of the pharaoh's jobs was to keep the balance between the physical world and the non-physical world.
Yeah, Bougie in the chat room was saying that when his mother worked in Libya, the people told her that the streets used to be electrically lit in a bygone era.
Oh yeah. And so I read this in a Dolores Cannon book. I think it's about the people who walk with Jesus. Um, she was talking to a person, a personality, a past life, who was a part of a sing group, which is a Jewish sect, um, who was isolated from the rest of the world. And they were like crystal balls that stayed lit. So it wasn't lit by fire or electrical means. It was some technology that even they didn't know how it worked. It was just something that was uh, passed down. So the ancient Egyptians really had a lot of technology that will blow our minds today, and probably we couldn't be able to handle because of modern society is just a whole bunch of kids, spiritual kids running around with big toys that they can't handle. If we can't handle the technology of nuclear of let me say it again. If we can't handle the technology of the atom, we're using this knowledge to make nuclear weapons to destroy people. Surely we can't handle any higher knowledge because we will really destroy ourselves.
Yeah, and there have been things discovered as far as like cities being demolished, and there's these giant blocks and giant doorways blown apart and all over the place, and there's actually like radioactive signatures in there, as if there was a nuclear bomb or something dropped there that blew this place to pieces or smithereens. And it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around the fact that we did have that technology back in the day, or several times, through different eras, where we basically destroyed ourselves and somehow we were able to come up and rebuild and do it again and again and again. And hopefully it doesn't happen again. Hopefully we've learned from history, but they're actually taking history out of schools these days, and it really blows my mind. How are these kids supposed to not repeat history if they don't know it? And it kind of seems to me like a snafu, like they're intentionally doing it because they want to dumb our kids down. They want to, have more control or whatnot. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but it's really intriguing and scary at the same time.
Well, the good thing is we we have walked out of the timelines of destroying ourselves. Um, so especially with the times that are about to come. I know sometimes it may look daunting and like, oh, we're really about to do at this time, especially with the earth changes that are going to really start ramping up. Um, but there's enough light on the world where um, we have circled out of destroying ourselves, and we're really going to walk into renewing and rebuilding ourselves. And with that is going to come the reawakening of this ancient knowledge and these ancient technologies that have been forgotten. Um, because, like you said, and I've noticed in my students, um, society is really trying to dumb our kids down and have them not think for themselves, really just turn them into robots who can um, receive information, recite it perfectly, um, do things over and over again without thinking. And this ties back into the uh, atom prototype uh, that is in the Bible and is a part of the Anunnaki timeline and experience of just having um, an organic robot, basically, who can do your bidding.
And there's a lot of them out there. I like to refer to them as sheeple, and they just listen to what they hear or believe what they read, and they don't look any further, and they just take it for the gospel truth, and they are, they're mind numbed. I don't know if it's because of cell phones or, like you're saying, social media, the internet, all these things that are at our fingertips. If you know how to use it correctly, it's an amazing tool. But if you just use it and listen to what people are telling you and just take it, like I said, the gospel truth, and be the sheeple and do what they want and look at this hand while this hand is doing something else, like we're just really in trouble. And it seems like the sheeple kind of outnumber us that are seeing what's going on. We actually see what's happening, and we're like, how can you be doing this? How can you be believing this? And yet they continue to do so and tear you down, even though you're not attacking them or their beliefs. You're, stating a fact about what's going on. They feel like they need to attack you to make themselves feel right, like they're doing the right thing, when in reality, they're not. They're just, helping the man, making the wheel spin and being kept down by the man, when in reality we need to meld together because we are stronger than that, and adapt and overcome and survive, because if we keep going this way, I can only see terrible things happening.
Well, ignorance is bliss, and I can empathize and understand, because it's a scary world out there, and when you're scared, some things that we do is get in the bed and hide under the covers, because we don't want to face that scary world that's out there, and so part of the agenda of the people who used to control this planet. The dark agenda, so looking at polarity, duality, where you have light and dark, those beings, extraterrestrials that are of the dark polarity, depend a lot on artificial intelligence, artificiality, technology, and less on spirituality, and they have been trying to shape this planet, this timeline, shape humans into being not only just being automatons, but being dependent on technology and on artificial intelligence. But thankfully, we are waking up. The future of humanity is actually in the middle of polarity, so that would be more of a triality. So before, America's a good example. Republican or Democrat, male or female, light or dark, black or white, if you're either one or the other. And if you're not the part of the one that I believe in, not a part of my belief system, you're the other. And if you challenge my belief system, it's called cognitive dissonance. I'll attack you because I can't take my belief system, which forms my matrix for my life. I can't have you tearing that down, because now I have nothing to build upon. But as we transition to these greater timelines, 2019 is going to be so awesome. As we transition to these greater timelines, we're going to quickly pull away from these dark agendas, and go towards the light. So it'll be more like a pendulum swing. Uh, the amount of darkness that we're in now, we're going to have a equal the opposite magnitude of light. And then as humanity settles into, who we are really, we're going to be in the middle. And the reason why I'm saying that we're going to be in the middle is we'll be able to, humans on Earth will be able to associate with really so many beings throughout the planet. There's a lot of fractionizing in the cosmos today. We've all heard, the Galactic Federation, the Orion Federation. There are all these, councils and federations, and everyone has their own agendas for the light, agendas for the dark, agendas who don't care. So with us being in the middle, we'll be that fulcrum that can discern everyone's agenda, who's of the light, who's of the dark, and actually interact with everyone. Now, the good thing about that is with being able, and this is a good personality to have going forward, since we'll be interacting with dark entities as we're calling them over towards more light. Sometimes, this is a thing that I've experienced. When you're being too nice, so when you're being of the light, you could be a pushover, which is the opposite when you're, of the dark. And, you push people over. So when you're in the middle, you are firm in who you are. No, you're not a pushover, but if someone does try to push you over, you know how to, real quickly get them right back in together and then move right back into your path and staying into the light. Versus if you were a dark person, someone were to push you over, you getting them right together and then you dwelling on it. So a good example is, let's say, have you seen the movie Mean Girls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm new to school and I walk into the cafeteria and I see the Mean Girls and they say, "You can't sit with us." And because I'm a pushover, it sends me into depression. Oh my God, these people don't like me, and I'll do anything just to get them to like me. And because they're darkness, they will take advantage of me. If I were a dark person and I go into the cafeteria and sit with the Mean Girls, "Oh, you can't sit with us." Well, I would either be just as mean as them so that I can join along, or I will take what they say, and I will dwell in it. Now, where you're in the middle, and I walk into the cafeteria, "You can't sit with us." Depending on the situation, I can either let it go, or if it's something that's bad where like I'm physically in danger, I'll, real quickly, you can't do that, and then let it go. I'll move on. And this is really important for the spiritual community, because sometimes we can be so, what's a good word? We can be so love and light that we can be taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're of the light does not mean that you can be taken advantage of. You need to honor your body. You need to honor yourself. You need to honor who you are. And by doing that, you're not being a pushover. You're not being taken advantage of. You are being the light that you've been put into this world to be. And some people, I'll say this, some people who are, a lot of light seeds kind of are a little scared to stand up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a part of our journey here on Earth, is to stand up for ourselves. We are part of a grand experiment in this galaxy. And so part of the factions are in this galaxy are entities who did not stand up for themselves. And because they didn't stand up for themselves, their society or their civilization or their planet was destroyed. So we are part of an experiment of when you mix in with these dark entities, when you mix in with the other races that are in the galaxy, how can you be of the light and still defend yourself, still not be a pushover, still maintain your ground?
It is so hard, and I want to talk about this in the next hour because we're in our last minute, but, you know, as a kid, I had this issue where when I was being bullied, I couldn't think of anything as far as a comeback or a way to defend myself. I'd kind of like curl up into, you know, this little ballish form and not know what to say until, you know, probably 20, 30 minutes later, I should have said this. I should have said this. Like, I didn't know the things to say at the time, and now I find myself as an adult saying things I shouldn't say because I'm kind of trying to make up for that time because, you know, I'm quick on my wit and I know what to say, but sometimes the wrong things come out or it comes out the wrong way to where it sounds worse than it should. So I'm kind of working on inserting foot into mouth. But at the same time, trying to get that part of me across. Like, I'm not going to let myself be victimized anymore. I'm going to defend myself. And if you don't like it, too bad. But on that note, we're going to go to our first break. So you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for nighttime adventure? Old school radio that delves into everything out of the norm? Then check us out at Spaced Out Radio. This is Dave Scott. Every Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, we're going to take you on a wild ride ranging from conspiracies to true crime and every ghost, alien, and Sasquatch story in between. We're always live, and we're always interactive with you. So join us at spacedoutradio.com, where together, we own the night.
Hey, guess what? You can now get your brand new Spaced Out Radio swag at spacedoutradio.com. We've brought the store back with all new items for you to pick out and pick up for yourself, your family, or friends. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, we got it all. All you have to do is head to our website and click on Store. Choose what you want and it's shipped to you. The Spaced Out Radio store is right there for you. Come shop with us at spacedoutradio.com. Then we can own the night together.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
On the first Tuesday of every month, I encourage you to come along for a journey with me, Geraldine Orozco, on The Spiritual You. Together, we will take a look at how to access the highest expression of yourself and change your life. Consciousness, ET contact, health, and wellness, we can talk about it all. So come along for a spiritual ride with me, Geraldine Orozco, on The Spiritual You, only on Spaced Out Radio.
Coming soon to our website, spacedoutradio.com, is the SOR Space Travelers Club. For just $5 a month, you can get into a private area on our site where you can hang with other listeners in our chat room, post in our forum, and check out a bunch of exclusive content and store that won't be found anywhere else, including a nightly after-show party with Dave. It's going to be the best $5 a month you're going to spend. The SOR Space Travelers, only at spacedoutradio.com.
At spacedoutradio.com, we have a little bit of everything for you to stay up late. So while you're there, check out our SOR Newswire, where our team brings you stories of the weird and strange to the WTF from around the globe. News on Bigfoot, UFOs, paranormal, Darwinian-type crime tales. It's the stories that the mainstream media usually won't touch. Well, we got them all on the SOR Newswire, only at spacedoutradio.com. If you're heading to Vancouver, make sure you stop by the official bar of Spaced Out Radio, the Moose Vancouver. It's the place to party in YVR. At the corner of Nelson and Granville, the Moose Vancouver is always up to speed with a kitchen staff that serves great food. All food on the menu, $6.95 to $8.95. There's a reason the Moose Vancouver is recognized as one of the hottest spots on the West Coast. Get your horns up for the Moose Vancouver.
Hey, this is Canadian Paranormal Investigator Mike Moore. The third Wednesday of every month, I'll be teaming up with Dave Scott to bring you Ghosts of the Great White North. Each month, we will bring on guests from across Canada to discuss their ghostly encounters. Canada is a paranormal hotbed with stories you've never heard, so we're going to bring them to you. So get comfy on your Chesterfield, grab a donut, and join us, eh?
A timepiece is a reflection of who you are, and what better way to show off the real you than with an Escape watch? Escape is a lifestyle brand accessorizing your days and nights. Choose to escape and create the life of discovery that you deserve. Dream, play, unite with your own personalized Escape watch. Head to escapewatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
We're bringing scientific thought to the paranormal. Hi there, this is spaced out radio scientist Chris Cogswell. Join me, Chris Zuger, and Dave Scott the second Wednesday of every month, where we break down the who from the woo when it comes to everything paranormal. We'll investigate and try to bring sensible answers to those straight and sometimes outlandish questions people have. Hey, not everything has an answer, but we'll do our best. Listen in to Reality Paranormal only on Spaced Out Radio.
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thaw, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
Looking for a place to advertise at a very reasonable cost? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. SpacedOutRadio.com has an advertising tab that you can click to check out our daily, weekly, and monthly packages to play on the radio, or our website including social media. From commercial spots to banners, we have it all. Check out our competitive pricing today.
You can follow Tessa on Twitter at TessaTNT, on our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio, and our website is spacedoutradio.com. Now, back to Spaced Out Weekend host, Tessa Nicole Thomas.
Hear the sound again, voices dancing in my head, smile wide, drowning slowly as the echoes rise.
Hello to all my listeners. It's so great to have you guys here tonight. And tonight we have Dr. Julius Green. Doctor, welcome back to the show. It's so great to have you.
Thank you for having me once again.
So yeah, we were talking about life for our kids and all the crazy stuff that's going on as far as taking history out of schools and whatnot. And my daughter, she's caught a lot of flack for that. Starting in elementary school, she began being bullied because she was sticking up for people being bullied, and it seems like it hasn't ended since there, and it's really taken a toll on her, especially this last year. She's had a lot of hardships with that. But it is hard because they tell them, if you have any issues, come tell us. And as soon as you go tell them, they're like, quit being a tattletale and deal with it. And then, there's really no help for them. And so many kids these days are killing themselves at such young ages because they feel like there's no help, there's no hope, there's nobody they can talk to.
Yeah, so this is part of the Archon Matrix program, to take starseeds out of the earth. So the basis is to really have destroyed the family structure, destroyed the support system, so that kids start bullying people. And I'll say this about your daughter. So even though she's being bullied right now, the overall spiritual lesson is that she is being a light, because her sticking up for other kids who are being bullied, I promise you that they appreciate that, because it means a lot when you have somebody else in your corner, because like you said, being bullied can really play a toll on you mentally and actually cause thoughts of suicide. And I really appreciate the people. I was bullied, and I appreciate the people who stuck up for me. I actually still think about them right now, because that light, you never know what role you play in someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
So her just playing that light role right now, she is a light warrior, and I'm gonna pray for her that she gets through this, because bullying is so hard. And if you want to, I was actually the opposite of you. So when I was being bullied, I learned how to quickly talk back. I'm really quick on my wit too.
That's how she is. She's got her father's wit, so she's like, wapasha! But at the same time, you know, she comes home and it really does affect her. Like, she's able to come back with these witty comments and comebacks, and I was like, man, I wish I could have been like you when I was a kid, but I didn't think about it till 20 or 30 minutes later. I should have said this, and I should have said this, and she's just on it, but at the same time, it really is affecting her to the point where recently, and like you said, tearing apart of the families and such. Like, I've been attacked so many times and I don't know where it's coming from. And, you know, she's even told me, I dream about killing all of you and killing myself. And I think she's just really in this time of torment for herself, and I don't know what to do. I've called her counselor. I've done so many things to try to help her, and because what I'm doing is not helping, obviously. She's lashing out at me, and I don't know why, because I've always wanted her to succeed and have the best life she can, and I love her so much more than my own life, you know? And she just sees me kind of as the enemy, but like you're saying, it could be the government and what they're doing to make it seem that way to her. But I'm not. I just want the best for her, and I love her so much, but she just can't see that right now.
Yeah, it's the programming. So we have programs constantly bombarding us. We have, I'll say, negative energy constantly bombarding us. We have negative energy being emanated to us from outside the earth that are causing us to have these mal thoughts, these bad thought forms. And so really and there's only so much I can say because I'm not a parent, but really there's just an all-out assault that you have to do. So it's not just what you are doing physically to help her. And I commend you for reaching out to a counselor, but it's also a lot of energy and spiritual work that has to be done. Does she like crystals?
I think so, but she doesn't have any of her own, so perhaps I should buy her some.
Can I pull a crystal card for her? To see which card will work? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
you want
be
me to do
awesome.
it right now or later?
Oh, right now is fine with me, if it's okay with everyone in our chat room, which I'm sure it is.
Okay. Just give me about 60 seconds.
No worries, and if you could just let us know what you're doing as you're doing it, that way people aren't like, what is he doing? I can hear you shuffling.
Okay, so right now I have my eyes closed, I'm shuffling. I'm concentrating on your energy so that I can connect to your daughter. I am connecting to my higher self and to source. And I'm using that connection, or connection to connect to your daughter's higher self, her spirit guide, her her angels and archangels, her counsel. I'm now going to connect to the fourth dimensional entities that are embodying, that are manifesting in school, that are causing the bullying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting a circle of protection around her. I'm asking her higher self and her guide, what is the best stone for her to defend against these entities, to keep her mind at peace, to keep away negative programming and suicidal thoughts. Alright, and I usually do this ritual right before I draw a card, so don't mind me.
No worries.
So I'm about to pull a card for your daughter. I'm going to shuffle 3 more times, cut, and pick from the top. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm about to cut. So usually after shuffling, the cards are kind of like in, they're not in one order, so I pack them together. And I use my hands to feel the energy on where I should cut.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm cutting.
Yeah, you kind of close your eyes and you feel the energy as you're going up, and this is where it's at.
Yes. Okay. And I always laugh after I pull cards because they're so accurate. So I pulled a Boji stone, and Boji stones are for balance.
Are for what?
Balancing.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know how expensive Boji stones are or where to get them. I have never pulled this card before. But if you can find one, I'm pretty sure you can find one online, or hopefully your listeners, if they have any, maybe you can get a donation of a Boji stone for her. This will really help to balance her, because she is going to, like I said earlier, she is going to need that skill set of, getting people in order. But she still needs to be able to balance afterwards, so that it's not affecting her energy field so much. And once she learns how to balance, she won't act out on you, and will be better able to navigate the energies of school.
That'd be so good. She's had so many issues, and she's always been a straight A student, but the last couple years, everything has just been piling on her, and I just don't know what to do to help her. Obviously, things that I've been trying haven't been working, but that's awesome. I'm so glad you did that, and I will definitely get her one of those, and probably a couple other, just to go in a little kit that she can carry with herself to protect her from negative energy and deflect, and to be able to, like you said, balance, which is very important for her right now. And it's so sad the way it goes in school for these kids these days. They see no hope and no way out, and so they just want to end it because they can't handle it anymore. But I wish they knew that it does get better in a sense, as you learn things and adapt and overcome, and your gifts. Her gift, as we've gone on ghost hunts together and such, she's able to not only see the spirit, but she feels what the spirit is feeling. And
oh, no wonder they're trying to get rid of her. Okay.
Yeah. And so it really freaks her out. She's like, can we just go? Just take me home right now. Take me home right now. So I do. I take her away from what we're doing and take her home and do some protection over her and whatnot. But she is able to not only see them, but feel what they're feeling. And so it's pretty hard on her, because I can see how she can feel what kids are feeling in school, and all this stuff is just accumulating on top of her, and basically tearing her down in a sense, because she doesn't understand how to, I need to teach her grounding and shielding and all these other things. So this is a good direction. I'm so glad you're here and you're helping me out with this.
No problem. My pleasure.
So in the chat room, going in another direction, Bougie was asking, what's preventing global nuclear war? The Galactic Federation of Light? Sphere Being Alliance? Something else? What's your take?
It's really all the benevolent extraterrestrials. So we don't have to worry about nuclear war anymore. All the nuclear arsenal has been deactivated. So if you hear in the news, North Korea is ramping up on nukes, or Russia's, ramping up on nukes, or there's a threat of nuclear war breaking out because of the president. It's just posturing. It's just programming. We don't have to worry about that anymore. They've all been deactivated. Our toys have been taken away because we can't handle them.
And I actually got in trouble for asking this question in the past, but I love the lightheartedness of it and the laughter that it causes. So add gnome in the chat room. Prepare yourself, Dr. Green. What is the doctor's thoughts on gnomes and how many fit in your pocket?
Say that one more time.
What is the doctor's thought on gnomes and how many fit in his pocket?
Oh, on gnomes. Well, I actually love gnomes. They're part of the Diva Kingdom. How many can fit in my pocket? I wouldn't want to put gnomes in my pocket. So I don't want to answer that. I don't want to offend them.
Right? Let's not put them there and make them angry. It could be a pokey proddy thing. I love that question, and I love reading it and lightening up the atmosphere because it does make me laugh and think, how many gnomes can I fit in my pocket? I was trying to think, how big are they? They can be this big, this small. And so it's pretty funny. Renee is referencing Pink Floyd, Hey Kids, Leave Those Kids Alone. Another Brick in the Wall. It's a wonderful song.
I'll have to look that one up.
Oh, it's so good. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. It used to be my favorite record, and I'd play it all the time. And I was going through a hard time at the time, and it's amazing how much that record did help me. Also, Stevie Ray Vaughan, so on and so forth. I think music is very important. When I was in boot camp, we were taken away from music, news, television, anything like that. And when I'd have to go to the medical facility, the guy that would drive the bus would turn on the music, but he'd he'd turn it down so low that you'd have to be really quiet to hear it. So everybody on the bus was so quiet because they wanted to hear music. No matter what genre or how old it was, they just wanted to hear it. And of course we have cadence in boot camp and such, but it's so different when you have it taken away from you.
Yeah. Actually, music is a part of who we are. One of the Hermetic principles, law of vibrations. All is really vibration. So when we tap into music, especially a song that resonates with us, we are amplifying our vibrations. And I don't want to say music, I'll say tones. So tones and vibrations are a part of the technology of not only ancient Egypt, but also ancient Lemuria, ancient Atlantis, and also area.
Hello.
Okay, we actually have a call from a 479 area code. Who are you talking to?
Hello, my name is Kathy, and I am from Ratcliffe, Arkansas, and I have a very famous sister named Tessa.
Oh, hello, sister.
Hello, darling.
I'm so glad you called in. You're supposed to wait till next hour, but I'm glad you called in anyways. I know how late it is over there. Dr. Green is actually from Georgia. He's actually in D.C. right now, so he's a little later in time than you, but what did you have on your mind?
What part of Georgia? I have all kinds of stuff on my mind.
Oh.
What part of Georgia are you from?
So I'm actually originally from Detroit, Michigan. I lived in Atlanta for 15 years.
Okay.
4 years ago, I moved to DC, and now I'm being told to move to Boston. So next month, I'm moving to Boston.
Wow.
Apparently, a part of my soul contract is to move around and set up energy. So I've just accepted this part of myself, and wherever spirit tells me to go that's where I go.
Well, that's awesome. I always moved around, and I love moving around because it gives you a whole new experience and a whole new
Yes.
people and a whole new everything. I loved it.
A fresh new start on life. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And what is your first name?
Julius, like Julius Caesar.
Like Julius Caesar. Hi, Julius. My name is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. I just saw the number and I called.
Well, we are talking about dream analysis, crystals, tarot readings, life,
Life.
the universe, the cosmos. So you can feel free to join in anywhere on those topics.
Did you want a reading, sister?
Yes, I would love a reading.
Can we do that? Are you up for that, Julius?
Sure. What type of reading would you like?
I want a reading. I don't know. Is there options on readings?
Mm-hmm.
I can do a future forecast, like a general future forecast, love, business, finances. I can do a general tarot reading. I can do a reading on what crystals will work best for your energy. I can do a dream analysis. It's all in what you want to do. I would suggest that we're specific so that the reading can make more sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is where I'm at. Okay.
Okay.
I love life. I love everyone. Okay. So I'm good there. My focus right now is my business and being successful. So I think that that's probably the area that I would like to concentrate on. Dreaming, I don't really super dream a whole lot anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, but kind of good too. So I want to go on my future success as far as being a business person.
Okay. Your name is Kathy?
Yes, with the C. With the
Okay.
C. Like cat. Like what? Meow.
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 So I'll
Because
do
there's a lot of Kathys with a K, not just saying.
I think the comic strip Kathy was with a K. I forgot.
It was.
No,
the
we
long
have to.
comic.
Yeah, we have to do a C.
Okay.
Very
I'm
few Kathys with a C, but we're very different.
I'm going to do a 12-month business forecast for you.
Okay.
So
I'm so excited.
just give me a moment. I really like to shuffle my cards.
And Kathy really is a light. Like, she's always inspired me and made me want to be more. And, anytime she's around, she just makes you happy and smile and look at the bright side of life. Like Monty Python says.
I can sense that. It's all in her voice.
I am really glasses half full, and that kind of so my daughter is glasses half empty. So I've really had to really go to both sides of that, because being glasses half full your whole life is hard to understand. Like when my daughter was glasses half empty, but it's like giving me a whole complete total view of everything. Like I've had the best of both worlds.
So, Kathy, just to give you some insight on what's going on, since this isn't video, I cleared my energy from my cards. I'm using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. This is one of my favorite decks. I've connected to my higher self and source. I have a wand that I use to stir the etheric energy. So I stirred that around so that I can connect to your higher self, your spirit guide, your angels, your archangels, your counsel that's over your life. I'm now shuffling the cards. Now, I tend to shuffle the cards for a long time because I like to make sure the energy goes back into the quantum field. So a part of why tarot readings work is because with shuffling, you're introducing randomness or entropy into the order of the deck. So how we...
Okay, but just do me a favor. If I'm going to die soon, don't tell me.
I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that in your future anywhere near there.
Okay, cool.
So, all right. Please give me a 12-month reading on Kathy's business. I'm going to shuffle 3 more times, cut, and then pick from the top of the deck.
That's so cool. I wish I was there live to see it.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm getting ready to cut the cards. So I'm putting the energy here. And quick. Alright, now I'm about to lay them out in I'm about to lay 12 cards out in a circle.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on a second. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. I have to move things around.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, no death. So that's
okay. Yay!
I told you so.
Yay!
Okay.
I'm not afraid of death. I look death in the eye.
All right, give me 1 second to arrange things in a clear manner so I can read them all.
Sissy, my friend, has joined a paranormal group here in Fort Smith. And she had to go through this rigorous process of getting accepted. What's the name of the group, Sandy?
Dark Night Paranormal Society.
Dark Night Paranormal Society. I've been telling her about you like this whole time. She's a graduate with me. And she got so excited about it that she joined it. And they accepted her.
I'm so excited for her and what's to come. But I'm glad they did this rigorous thing because there are people that are not really looking out for what they should. They just want to go along for the fun of it, and making sure you got the right person in there doing the right thing is so very important.
It really is. And they asked me to join, but I have too many commitments for me to be able to commit to them. But she got so excited about me. I've always talked about you and your gifts and the things that you do and the things that we've experienced. And she's just like, she was so excited and so pumped to be able to join this group that it really made my heart soar.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, I'm happy for her too.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I had to do some repositioning. Hold on. Okay, so first thing I did was that I scanned the cards for like any things, anything that's repeating. So you have some 7 energy, and 7 energy in this case represents spirituality, inner awareness, mastery, wisdom, insight, and success. You also have a lot of black energy, so this energy comes from like the border and the pictures of the cards. So black for this deck represents structure, structure, protection, independence, and mystery. So I did this reading starting with December. So this is from December 2018 to November 2019.
Okay.
So for December, this is a month of mental conflict. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is a month of mental conflict. Basically, um, what is it that you're going to do next, and how are things going to work out? The reason why this is
Okay.
happening is because you're about to go through a transition. So seven represents also represents completion of a cycle. So
Uh-huh.
you're completing one cycle and about to walk into another cycle. And so when you are completing cycles, you're kind of like in this transitory period. It's kind of like going from one classroom, being in school, going from one classroom to the next. So you're about to walk into a period where you're in the hallway and you're looking for your next class. For January 2019, equal financial and material changes. Oh, I've never pulled that before. Let me read that one.
Okay, what is it again for January?
Financial and material changes. So this is related to material or financial concerns.
Okay.
Maybe losing some other things around you, but you have to acknowledge and know that besides existing as a physical being, you're an incredible and resourceful spiritual entity. So use your powerful forces within you to help you through this difficult period.
So let go of the fear, basically.
Yes. So these next 2 months, December and January, are it's this transitory period. So you're going to be in the hallway for the next 2 months.
Okay.
Don't be
Which I
scared.
expected.
So you're going to be in the hallway as far as like, I don't know what your business is, or, your career, your business relationships, I guess, accounts or projects, and also with finances, but it won't be that bad. With us, just the things that you associate with materiality. So just be ready.
Okay. Which I expected that for the next 2 months anyway. So I'm kind of right on track with my thinking.
Oh, well, look at that.
Okay.
I like affirmation.
Right.
So February, you pulled the Triumph card. So this is when you start to come out of this hallway. You're going to walk into your next classroom. So that's February. That's when things are going to start changing for you. I have to count. So smart.
Okay, when you say next classroom, you mean just like maybe next phase? Like
yes, your next
moving
phase.
forward.
Okay, see, and that's right on track with what I was thinking.
So
it's confirmation for me too.
Yeah, that's how spirit works. So
yes, because the next 2 months are really like, I know a dream, I have a dream, and I'm stepping into the unknown, and it's kind of a little bit up in the air. So I can see me being in a hallway, and by February, I can see me stepping into the next phase. So, wow.
I'm glad that you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to be successful is what I'm ready to do.
Well, get ready for success to start in February because you pulled the Triumph card. So this is reward for your strong spiritual nature.
Okay.
So it's your soul that's pushing you through. Your hard work and perseverance is about to pay off. So some things are going to start manifesting. And so I would encourage you during these next 2 months to really visualize and plan. Visualize your success and plan how you're going to get there. Plan what it looks like, and then plan what you're going to do like once you get it. So a good thing, a way to say that like is, let's say you wanted $1 million. Well, if you're going to win the lottery, plan what you're going to do with the money. Because if you
I want success,
$1
but it doesn't necessarily need to be monetary.
Yeah. So whatever success looks like for you, plan it and plan what you're going to do with your success.
Okay.
Picture it in your mind's eye.
Exactly.
You know,
and write it down. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that. I've really
That's
heard that.
affirming
and I've heard,
it.
Yes, people that plan and dream. I used to get so mad at Max husband because he would go window shop, dream, plan. But I read later on that people who do that tend to be more successful. Okay? So that's my dream. That's my plan. Okay, February. Okay, what about March?
Now we're in March. March is material harvest. So this is a continuation of the triumph that you got from the previous month. So
Oh, yeah.
more success will be coming your way in March. So this is really where this is really why you need to have that plan and action so that you can refer to it and really reap the benefits of your rewards for March.
Okay.
Let's see. Now we have to go to April. April is you have the Memories of Love card. Give me
Richard. Okay.
Oh, do not speak thy name.
Ha! It's okay. It's all right because I'm all right there.
Leave the past in the past. Move on.
When you love, you'll always love. So what about that motherfucker? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I cussed. I didn't mean to.
Oh, it's no.
Okay, April.
Potty mouth too. Yeah. So it's. I don't know if it's Richard, but something's going to happen in April where it's going to cause you to go down memory lane, and it's going to be triggered because of the material harvest that you're going to have. I don't know if you want somebody to share it with, and then this person is like, well, you. Sometimes, no matter how bad a relationship is, if you have a connection with that person and you go into a space of loneliness,
West Virginia.
Okay,
all right. I already know who you're talking about.
You might, just start thinking about them again. And even though the relationship is bad, well, this is the thing that I'm holding on to. So your material harvest is going to cause you to kind of think about a loving relationship that really isn't good for you. I would suggest, when those thoughts come up, yeah, that's nice. It's just a thought. Observe it and then let it move on.
Okay, so don't wish they were hit by a train.
Right. Don't put any negative energy out there. Keep it positive, sister.
Okay, I can do that.
So where are we? We are in May. May you pull the base chakra card.
May is the what card?
Base chakra. So your first chakra.
Nice.
Okay, say that again because it's not coming in clear.
Base chakra. So the first chakra, your root chakra.
Chakra?
Chakra.
Yeah, your root.
Chakra. Spell it.
Chakra Khan. No, chakra.
Chakra Khan.
CHAKRA. CHAKRA.
Chakra Khan.
Chakra Khan.
Okay, chakra. I don't know what that is.
So our bodies have energy centers. We have 7 main energy centers. The first energy center is called the root chakra. It's located at the base of your spine. So this is a part of your basis in reality. So it has to deal with survival, finances, being rooted on the earth. So in May, because of the material harvest that you're about to go through, it's going to cause a lot of rebalancing of your root chakra. So things that have caused you to be unbalanced materially on earth are going to be really start to be fixed in May, and that's going to come because of the
bountiful harvest.
Yes, the prosperity that you're about to walk into.
Okay.
So that was that June, December.
Okay. So I need to be aware when I start making money. Not everybody's my friend.
That's right.
Yes, have discernment.
Okay.
Oh yes, thank you. So you need to be concerned about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you want to take care of everybody else.
I do like to take care of other people.
Yes, that's why your root chakra is unbalanced. You need to take care of you. There are some things that you really want to do, and there's some things that you really need to do. So this will be the time to start doing them, to really start taking care of yourself. Go to the spa. Go take a vacation by yourself. Get your nails.
Go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Get a massage.
Treat yourself.
Yes, treat yourself.
Okay.
Now
because I really take pleasure in treating other people, so I just need to treat myself.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, check. All right, 2019 June.
Yes. Material and spiritual prosperity. So once you start spending this, so you're already going to start manifesting abundance. And you have just gone through the phase of, because you're manifested abundance of learning how to treat yourself. Now that you've learned how to treat yourself and heal your root chakra, that's going to cause even more material prosperity to come your way. That's going to come even more, a deeper connection with spirituality to begin. Really in June. So I'm seeing in June, not only increasing your material prosperity, but I see,
oh my gosh.
I don't want to say a beginning. I want to say a deepening connection, a deepening spiritual connection happening to you. And that's going to happen because you're going to be like, oh my God, all this stuff is true. All this stuff really happens. And it's going to deepen your connection with spirit. So that's going to happen in June of 2019.
It's going to happen when?
June 2019.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to July. You pull the power card. Okay. So you're going to start realizing not only your own power, excuse me, you're going to start realizing not only your own power that you have with yourself, but your own power that you have with others. So you have a lot of power.
Power's scary.
You have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she has
really
more
have
than she knows.
Mm-hmm. And so the reason why it scares you right now is because that root chakra is not balanced. But once you start balancing the root chakra, you're going to be less afraid of that power, and you're going to learn how to use it. And
be more empowered by the power.
Yes.
Wow.
And you're going to be responsible with that power. So you're not going to miss. The reason why power scares you is because you are afraid of misusing it, of using it over, of using it in the wrong way. And again,
that to empower other people would make me really happy.
Yes.
Good medicine.
Okay.
It doesn't help to empower people if you're not empowered yourself. So I have to go back again to root chakra. It's really important that you balance your root chakra. You empower other people when your cup runs over. You don't empower other people when your cup is empty.
Okay, you're giving me chills right now. That's awesome. Okay, July. Okay, what about August?
August, you pull the light card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when I tell you, oh my God. So.
Okay, tell me.
Your spiritual.
I got chills everywhere.
Your spiritual connection, really the second half of 2019, like your spiritual connection is going to deepen so much.
I love that.
That's just the best way I could put it. Like, I don't know what you're about to do, but
it's amazing.
Not only are you going to be a light into the world, a light into your tribe, your circle, your people, you're going to be like, you're literally going to start glowing. That's kind of like how I'm seeing it. You're just going to start glowing with so much light.
Wow.
So for people who have the ability to see auras, your aura is going to be like really uncannily, I'm getting the word iridescent and bright.
Like a glowworm.
Yes. So if you know those glow sticks, how fluorescent lights have that iridescence to it, that's going to be your aura starting in. What month is this? And
August. That's powerful in its own right.
Exactly. I'm gonna meet you next year so I can see it for myself.
Sissy, I'm doing the damn thing.
Yes. Okay, what's the next month? We just did, I got count.
Okay.
December, January, February, March, April, May.
We're on September. But don't use my power to try to rule the world. Rule the world.
No, that's not your soul contract.
No, it's not, because that will make me unhappy. Okay, September.
Yeah, your power is to empower. So September is to stand your ground. So every time there's a saying, new levels, new devils. So you might get little spiritual tests in this time.
Uh-huh.
This is another reason why it's so important for you to balance your root chakra. And you have to go back to this. So when was root chakra? Was that May? Yes. So
yes.
When you start balancing
April.
your root chakra in...
Can you spell that for me? Because I have CHAKARA. Can you spell it for me?
C as in Charlie, H as in Hank, A, K as in kite, R as in root, and then A again.
Okay.
So when you start balancing your root chakra, don't just do it for that month, and then that's it. Keep treating yourself, because the only way that you'll be able to empower people is if you're in a good space, mentally and physically. So continue to keep treating yourself, to continue to keep taking care of yourself. Doing those spa treatments, getting those pedicures, that's it. Keep treating yourself, because the only way that... Okay, feedback. So September, stand your ground. You're going to be tested a little bit. Spiritual. So the reason why it's so important to you to stay rooted is so you can know who you are. So because you know who you are, when this test comes, it's you've already studied for it. You have an A+.
Right.
So no matter what the test question is, I'm ready for it. And so you'll recognize the test when it comes. You'll write down the correct answer. And then when the teacher gives you back your grade, you'll get an A+, and then you can move on.
Okay.
Okay, we are on October, almost done. October. You pulled patience. So this ties back into your spiritual test that's gonna start in September. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you've already started balancing on your root chakra. And then that has deepened your material prosperity and has deepened your connection to spirituality. That's going to also cause some inquisitiveness in your spirituality, which is what is prompting this spiritual test. And so with spirituality, a lot of us, because Earth is so different from the spiritual realm, on Earth we want things right now, but spiritual time is so different from earthly time.
Yes.
So with the spiritual test, you're going to want something like McDonald's right now, fast food, but you're going to have to learn patience. The spiritual test is going to teach you patience. This is going to deepen your spirituality, and it's also going to help your root chakra. And this patience is also going to help you be more comfortable with the power, the new awareness of the power that you have and how to use it. This patience will teach you when to yield this power and when not to yield it. And the spiritual test, so the spiritual test that you're about to undertake has to deal with your power. It has to deal with your fear, the fear that you have with power. That's what the spiritual test is about. So when you come to the spiritual test, have patience. It's to better teach you how to use your power. Moving on to the final month of this reading, November 2019, you pulled the crown chakra card. So this is funny. I wish you could see this. I have the cards in the circle, and so you have the root chakra at the 6 o'clock position, and then you have the crown chakra on the opposite end at the 12 o'clock position. So you're literally, during the next 12 months, are going from your root to your crown. So
please take a picture of it.
I will.
Okay, root to my crown.
Yeah, so the beginning of these first 6 months is fixing your root chakra. It's fixing it's fixing your manifestation abilities on Earth. That is a catalyst for your spiritual connection. And because of this catalyst and the spiritual test that you're going to undertake in November, you're going to triumph. You're going to receive that A+ year spiritual test. And the best way that I can put this is if you're familiar with the Bible story of Abraham when he was about to sacrifice his son Isaac on the altar because God told him to give him a sacrifice. And right before when he was about to, plunge the knife and sacrifice his son, he got a ram in the bush. And his eyes opened up and he said, "Ah, God, I see you for who you are. You are Jehovah Jireh. You're Jehovah." That means that you're God, my provider. So when you go through the spiritual test, you're going to have that aha moment, like, "Ah, God, yes, I see you for who you are."
And that's so amazing because I've had so many of those aha moments my whole life. So to think that there's something bigger and better from God from an aha moment blows me away.
So be ready. You're about to be blown away.
I'm ready. I'm really, really ready for the first time in my life. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I called in early, sis.
No wonder. This was my divine providence.
It was such an awesome reading and call, and I'm so glad you did.
Me too. And I'm terrified and excited and empowered at the same time.
That's usual. Tarot readings can be scary. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Embrace it.
I think facing my fear and going out on the limb and having faith and trust is probably the hardest and scariest thing, but I'm doing it.
You got it.
I'm doing it.
You got
I got
this, sister.
It. Well, most of the time. Most of the time I've got this. I'm not going to be arrogant to think I have it all the time, but with my family and my support system and my faith and my knowledge and the knowledge that is given to me, I'm doing the dang thing.
Well, thank you for
calling. And I said it without testing.
Yay!
Maybe that's your spiritual test.
Yeah. So
I hope not.
All right, Sissy, hang on. We're in for a ride this next year.
Woohoo! I'm ready.
Woohoo! Okay, I'm ready too. Thank you so much. If you could please take a picture of that and send it to my sister so she could send it to me. I've got all this wrote down on my mirror. I'm going to put it in my journal because I'm going to plan and I'm going to succeed.
Yes, ma'am. I certainly will.
Yes. That's amazing. Thank you so much. See, I love you. Okay, I'm a wimp. I got to go to bed now.
All right. I love you too, sister. Have a good night and sweet dreams.
Okay, thank you so much for the reading. Thank you, Sissy, for allowing me to call in.
No
and
worries.
Hi to everybody out there in the whole world. We love y'all, and namaste.
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 Namaste. Okay, I love you guys. Good night.
Love you too. Good night, sister.
Good night, baby.
Okay, so next area code we have is area code 330.
Oh, everyone's calling in now.
Yeah, we got like 3 on the line. Get your fishnet ready.
Good Tessa, darling. Good evening.
Good evening, Moonlight. How are you?
Oh, just lovely. And to you, Dr. Green, great reading there for Kathy. Good Lord.
It was awesome.
Oh, yes, thank you. It was unexpected.
Yeah, very in depth. I was quite taken back by that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And I'm hoping that you can go ahead and do a 12-year reading for me month by month. And
a 12-month reading. What type of 12-month reading would you like?
Just a joke. There. I was checking out your Twitter page earlier, and I'd seen that several of the stones you had on there, and one of them that took me back was that big blue oh man, I can't remember now. It's a lapis lazuli.
Oh, the crystal of the week.
Yeah. And the color of the stone and everything, and you were saying it helps to open up your third eye, the deep blues.
Yes.
The crystals.
Yeah.
And I was very curious about that, and that's something I have wanted to do, and So I started looking at some rings earlier in the show, and because I wanted to get been wanting to get a ring, and so I started looking at that particular stone, and I was kind of curious about why that particular color would help open up your third eye.
So the chakras all have colors associated with them, and it follows the color spectrum, which have 7 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So red is for root, orange is for sacral, yellow is for I call it the willpower, green is for the heart, blue is for the throat, indigo is for the third eye, and violet is for the crown chakra. So now colors, if you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, so colors are based on wavelengths of light. There's not really like a real boundary of, at 450, we have now crossed over from red into orange. It's really kind of subjective. So with, which crystal are you looking at again?
Lapis.
Was it yeah. So with lapis, it is, some people will describe it as blue, but like the color it gives kind of is on that blue indigo spectrum. So it's like it's connecting your throat chakra, which is truth, speaking truth, also controls clairaudience, so hearing from the spirit world, and your third eye chakra. So when your third eye starts to open, you start to see truth, and you start to hear the truth. Really, the third eye and the throat chakra work in tandem together. So it's that color, the what's the good word? The coming together. So like the frequency coming into tandem with the frequency of your throat chakra and your third eye. That color is bringing that in. So with the law of vibration, likes attract like. So you're bringing in that vibration into your energy center, and it helps open your third eye.
Dr. Green, Kevin, we have to go to our second break. You guys don't go anywhere. Yeah, we'll be right back. Pause.
Heading to Vancouver and looking for a night on the town? The Moose Vancouver is the bar that never stops rocking until 2 a.m. every night. The Moose has great food with everything on the menu from $6.95 to $8.95. Fantastic, vibrant staff and rock and roll that will bring you back to when the music was real, the hair was long, and the guitars were rocking. Get your party on at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Get your horns up with me on Spaced Out Radio. This is Ron Bumblefoot Thal. Come tune in to SOR where you can hear me rock out with Little Brother Is Watching, the official theme song of Spaced Out Radio. And then come on over to bumblefoot.com where you can find out about my tour schedule, my music, and everything else. Bumblefoot.com keeps you up to date on what I'm doing and the best way to stay in touch with my music and music camps. Sign up for my newsletter at bumblefoot.com and remember, Little Brother Is Watching.
Looking for the stories of the strange and weird that you will find hard to find anywhere else? Check out the SOR Newswire on our website. Our writers, led by Captain Shirk, are scouring the world for the oddest and most bizarre stories we can find. Everything from weird crime to suspenseful and paranormal. We're working hard for you to bring you the most intriguing news of your day. Check out the SOR Newswire at spacedoutradio.com today.
You hear footsteps in the empty room above you. A rocking chair begins rocking by itself. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night. Reach for Spirit Storybox, the iPhone app the Huffington Post UK called the only ghost hunting app you will ever need. Spirit Storybox. The spirits are telling their stories. Are you listening?
Hi there, this is Geraldine Orozco from San Francisco's Bay Area Meditation. I invite you to join me the first Tuesday of every month with Dave Scott for Spaced Out Radio's The Spiritual You. In this fast-paced world we live in, it's time for you to take some time for you. We'll cover every possible subject from powerful meditation to healing techniques to your own intuition and spirituality. So come join us for The Spiritual You.
The freedom to post what you want, when you want. That's the social media freedom you need. Social Media Freedom is the free app in your app store. No need to worry about going to jail or being shadow banned any longer. It's the freedom to say what you feel. The freedom to know Big Brother isn't watching. It's the way social media is supposed to be. Social Media Freedom. It's time to set yourself free. Download from your app store today.
You know, it's hard being the bad man of ufology, but that's just the way that I like it. This is Chris George Zuger, and I'll be hanging out with Dave Scott and SOR scientist Chris Cogswell for Reality Paranormal, the second Wednesday of every month. And our job is to break it down and come to conclusions as to what is really going on in the supernatural world. I'd love for you to join us right here on Spaced Out Radio.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
We are getting ready to relaunch the SOR Space Travelers Club at spacedoutradio.com. For $5 a month, you can join us for a plethora of features found nowhere else. Hang out in a private chat room during the show and after party. You can check out some exclusive content and a store specifically for you, as well as a private listener forum where you can post your thoughts, stories, and pictures. The SOR Space Travelers Club, coming soon to spacedoutradio.com.
Do you want to know what's really going on in your world? Do you have questions about who you can trust in the mainstream media? Then look no further than the Rebel Planet. Come get the straight answers right here at spacedoutradio.com. Join me, Jamie Sexton, creator of Rebel Planet News, as I fill you in on the stories behind the stories. All you truth seekers, be sure to tune in to Rebel Planet on spacedoutradio.com the third Thursday of every month.
Find your escape where time has no limits. It's about living today and cherishing the heritage of yesterday. A spirit of adventure for what is new with the nostalgia of the past. Your timepiece is a reflection of who you are. Life surrounded by beauty from the world around us to the soul within. EscapeWatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
Are you interested in advertising on Spaced Out Radio? Head to our website at spacedoutradio.com and click on our advertising tab. There, you will find an assortment of ways you can get your product out there with us, from radio commercials to banners and social media. Have a product you like our hosts to endorse? We can do that too. Visit spacedoutradio.com for more details.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and I want you to come on a nightly journey. Starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, every Monday through Friday, you can come hang out with me and the other space travelers. We have it all from Carl the Alien bouncing on by to those misfit gnomes causing havoc. It's 3 hours of fun and entertainment on those topics the mainstream really doesn't want to touch. Come get all paranormal with us at spacedoutradio.com, and together, my friends, along with our resident guitar god Bumblefoot, we own the night.
Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and listen closely. Spaced Out Radio continues through the weekend. From the mile-high mountains of Colorado to you, listening around the world, this is Spaced Out Weekend with Tessa N Thomas.
I know. I love this last break music, but then I'm like, that should be second hour, and then third hour should be the more calming, lulling song, which is in the second hour. But yeah, I really love that song. It really gets me pumped up. So we had Mr. Moonlight on the line, correct?
That's correct. Are we back on?
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty then,
So what do we
Dr.
get?
Green, what's the
Yes,
prescription?
I forgot where we were.
Well, we were just finishing up talking about the throat chakra and the third eye and how the blue, the indigo color with the light and the...
So that's really a part of how lapis lazuli works. It's because it's really in that blue indigo spectrum. You start seeing truth. You start speaking truth, and so you start to discern it, and with that you start to see truth. And when you start to see truth, that will help your pineal gland decalcify and really start to wake you up.
Cool.
So just be ready, though. Just like tarot readings, when that third eye starts to open and you start seeing things for what they really are and seeing true intentions, it can be a shocker sometimes.
Right.
Seeing through illusion.
Okay, what?
And this world is full of illusions.
Indeed.
I hope that helped.
I think it does, and that's something I've been trying very hard, and I've been doing the sounds and stuff like that, the frequencies, and so the light might help also. So I think tying that all in might be something that would give me a little extra, and so that's what I'm shooting for right now. So I do appreciate it very much. You guys have been doing a great job, great show tonight. So I'll talk to you later, Tess. If you're going to be overtime.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you
We
after
got the
show.
after party, so if anybody wants to come in on that, it's the same number as calling in for a reading. 970-335-9596, and we always have fun together and share our ideals and broaden each other's horizons. So let me see.
Okay. Well, have a good one.
You have a
Good night, Kevin. It was so good to hear from you, and that was a good reading. I enjoyed that as well. So we have area code 484. Who are we speaking to?
This is Chris.
Hello, Christopher.
How are you?
Good. How are you? So good to hear from you.
As always, I enjoy hearing from you all.
So did you have a question?
Yeah, I would like to have a reading, if I may.
Okay. Do you have a specific reading you would like? A specific question?
Yes, the day before Thanksgiving, and this pretty much, I've been having this question on my mind. It seems like the old and new has come back together for me, and the day after that, first time I got to visit someone I'm really close to, and wonder if all this together, I wonder if it's because I don't know how to explain it, how my chakra system is starting to really integrate itself, and if I'm getting stronger, so to speak.
I'm trying to think of a good way of asking this question. I like to be specific when I ask, talk to spirit. Can you explain to me the situation one more time?
Yeah. Wednesday, first had an ITC session, and I learned that the old and the new are coming together ancestry-wise, and I'm starting to learn a lot, reconnect with my soul group. I wonder if that's because I'm getting stronger in where I am with my ability of mediumship. That's my question.
Okay. Why are you connecting to your soul group, and are you getting stronger in your medium connection?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to pick a good deck. I'm looking between two of them. All right, I'm going to use the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. All right, just took them out the box. Why are you connecting to your soul group? And okay, I just did my wand thing, and I'm clearing the energy. Now I'm shuffling. Why are you connecting to your soul group? And why are you meeting out? Abilities getting stronger. So I'm still shuffling. So just give me a second. I don't know if y'all can hear me shuffle the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to shuffle in a specific way. So while I'm shuffling, I'll mention, if you heard me earlier, I said I like to have a ritual right before I draw. So the reason why I have a ritual, which isn't necessary when you do tarot readings, it's just something I do for me, is I kind of use that as a calling card to the spiritual realm of, hey, this is me coming in with this question. Can you all please help? And so with me doing that, with the majority of my readings, it's my calling card to the spiritual realm that I'm knocking on the door to really come to this reading. All right, I'm almost done. Okay.
And the train cometh.
Yeah, that's on my line.
Right. I knew it.
It seems to always come at an opportune moment. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. It cracks me up every time.
I used to love trains growing up.
I love putting the coins on the tracks and letting it drive over and flatten it out. Breaking the law by digressing the monetary value of the coin, but it's so cool the way it does shape and flatten out. It's cool for kids to do.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Oh my, I used to do that too.
Okay. Why are you connecting to yourself? And more information about you connecting to your medium abilities. I'm going to shuffle 3 more times. Cut. And pick from the top of the deck.
And it's amazing how when you're, like when I do it, I'd run my fingers up the deck and you just feel that energy where you're supposed to cut it and you're like, it's right here.
Yeah. And it's always like the right spot. I used to doubt it, but like, oh, I'm just making this up.
Yeah, just follow your gut. It's the most important tool.
Okay. I'm about to cut. Okay. Okay, this is strange. So, were you connecting to your soul group? I pulled the Door to Value card. Oh, well, no, this isn't strange. This makes sense to me. So the Door to Value card is about new beginnings in finance or career. And this makes sense because starseeds, especially those first waivers, we're about to walk into, we are walking into a prosperity portal. And so with that, we're healing a lot of imbalances within our chakra system, which includes the root, which has to do with our finances and careers, so like value. So the reason why you are connecting to people in your soul group is because you're supposed to connect to your tribe to increase your material prosperity. And so with that, I'm not saying material prosperity to be a billionaire, you know, that can happen to anybody. But material prosperity so that you can be in the place in your life where you are comfortable and you don't have to worry about money all the time. Worrying is a part of the archonic system to keep us bound in fear, which tamps down our native spiritual abilities. So you connecting to your soul groups. I don't know what you do for a living. Make sure that you network with them. Don't be a hermit. Network with them. Let them know what you do. Let them know who you are. Stay in network with them so that you all can utilize one another to increase your, I want to use the word network again, to increase your prosperity, to increase your business opportunities. There we go. Increase your opportunities to strengthen your prosperity here. So, and that also ties into increasing your mediumship ability because connecting to your soul group, you have similar psychic abilities or abilities that are within the same family. So, and you connecting to them, it'll make you feel less weird and less of an outcast, which will also build your root chakra. And that will deepen connection to your mediumship ability. So in reference to that question, I pulled the Angel of Strength card. So that ties into personal power and inner strength. So you know you have these abilities, but it ties back into your root chakra again. You know you have these abilities, but need more. There's not misalignment, but just unbalancing within your lower three chakras. So your root, sacral, and your willpower chakras. They need to be balanced. And with you connecting to your tribe, that's going to help you balance them. And once you come more into balance, you'll have more of that inner strength and that personal power to walk more into your mediumship abilities. It's like I'm literally seeing it's right there. Like you're at the door, you're leaning on the door.
Wow.
It's just something in you that's like, it's not that you're scared to open the door. It's just that you feel like it's kind of like, so let's say I have a child and I'm taking my child out to the store, and usually, let's say I have a 3-year-old child, and so, you know, I have this 3-year-old child out to the store, and usually children, like, they want to open doors, but they can't because they're children. They don't have the strength. And so I'll have to come along as the parent to either open the door for them or assist them. So you want to open the door. There's a little bit of fear to it, but the reason why the door hasn't fully opened, the only reason why you've only been able to crack the door is because kind of like that 3-year-old child. So this soul group is going to be, instead of having like an adult or a parent come to open that door for you, you're having the whole family come. And they're going to blast the door. Cool. I'm laughing right now because they're going to blast the door right open. And when this door opens, I'm going to be scared to be around you. Because it's just like, you're going to be like, I don't know if you watch cable, but there's like a couple of mediumship shows, like Long Island Medium. You're going to be like her. So if you watch that show, there are times where she's out eating dinner, and then Spirit comes to her and tells her to talk to the person on the other side of the restaurant. And she'll be so bothered by Spirit that she has to talk to that other side of the restaurant and act as a medium or else she won't be at ease. The same thing is going to be with you. So once that door blasts open, I'm going to be scared to be around you because you're going to be just like that. Like you will have to use those mediumship abilities on people, or you're just going to be bothered. It's kind of similar to a situation I had last night. I couldn't go to sleep unless I did something that Spirit told me to do because Spirit was bothering me and it was causing me to be restless. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it does. I'm really listening. It is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Tess.
No worries. I'm so glad you called in.
I'll talk to you at the after party.
Alrighty. You have a good night.
Bye.
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 Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
So I believe we have area code 425. Who are we talking to?
Robin.
Hey, Robin. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, Robin.
And so my question is that lately that so I'm mostly Norwegian, and so recently most of my seems like most of my past of my Norwegian side of me has been speaking to me, and I would like to know why.
You said your past what?
From my Norwegian side has been speaking to me, and I'd like to know why.
Did you say your parents or just your past?
My past.
Okay, from your Norwegian side. Okay. Let me choose a good deck. This is, I'll stay with this energy deck. Give me 1 second. So wait. What's your name again?
Robin.
Okay, just had to meditate for a second. So I'm asking for information on why your past Norwegian side coming into contact with you. Asking for the help of my highest self, the source, to connect to your highest self, your spirit guides, your counsel, and your ancestral lineage, specifically your Norwegian ancestral lineage, to come into these cards and do a reading. So what part of Norway are you from?
From part of Norway?
Yes.
Actually, I'm American, so my so on my mom's side.
I have not been to Europe yet to get there.
Me neither.
Explore all this. Alright, almost done. Sorry for taking so long. So to be really geeky and nerdy, the reason why I like to shuffle for a long time is that I like to get spirit involved into the entropy of the cards, the energy of the cards, for the most optimal read. Okay. Why has Robin decided in contacting you to shuffle 3 more? It from the This is the big deck. 2.
The suspense is killing me.
You picked you got the all tied up card. And so that represents lack of motion or a person. So there is drama going around that's like stopping you from. So, there we go. So your I want to say Norwegian, but what I'm really getting is like more of your Viking, and not really Viking. I'm getting more of a planetary energy of Mars. So more of your fighting side is trying to connect to move you.
Oh no, I didn't hear what you said. What are these?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So you got the all tied up card. So there's some drama going on around you that's stopping you from moving. There's something that's blocking you. And even though you're saying Norwegian, I'm getting more Viking energy, but it's not really Viking energy. It's more like Martian energy from Mars. So it's more of a fighting energy, and it's fighting more so in facing conflict. So there's some conflict that either you need to face or that you're about to face, and so they're you need to call upon that DNA. So all of your ancestry is in your DNA. You can, when you meditate, you call upon the energy from that DNA whenever you need it. So next time you meditate, so that you can prepare for whatever it is that's blocking you, so that you can move forward. Focus on that, because there's some conflict. Yeah, there's some conflict that you're right now are about to come up that you're going to need energy to. I want to say the word fight, but that's not really a good word. I'm going to use the word face. There's a conflict right now, or a conflict coming up that you need to face. You need to call upon your ancestral DNA energy to face that conflict. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, have a good night.
Good night, Robin.
Okay.
So good to hear from you.
All right. Bye, Tessa.
Bye-bye. Bye, Sir Robin.
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to a knight. No wonder I kept getting conflict.
Right? Like, wait. When you're talking Norwegian or Viking or whatever, he's totally into wrestling and stuff, and I was like, I can totally see that now. It totally makes sense why he's drawn to wrestling and
I really got a lot of Martian energy from him. Like, he sees it as Norwegian, but it ties into the last caller. It's really his. I hope he's still listening. It's really his soul group. So we always travel the cosmos in groups, even Earth. And when we travel with other planets, even planets in our system, we always go in groups. And so it's that group that he traveled with at Mars that's really calling to him. So Mars is about madness, military, facing conflict, fighting. It's not all negative, but it's about facing those things that need to be faced, doing the tough things and making the tough decisions.
Right. Just do it.
Yes.
So we have area code 402. Who are we talking to?
Hey, honey, it's Sharon.
Hey, Sharon, how's it going?
Good, good.
Hello, Sharon.
I thought I'd just take a look at the next 3 months, not years. I just need, around the next 3 months. What's happening here?
The next 3 months? Just the next 3 months in general?
Yes, please.
Give me 1 second. I have to pick out another deck. Okay. Everyone's calling in tonight.
Right? So nice.
Okay, just got the deck out. Hold on, Sharon. Let me get my wand ready. All right, Sharon, I'm connecting to your future self within the next 3 months.
Or 3 days.
Right? Somewhere, please help me.
Yeah.
You want me to do 3 days and 3 months?
Yeah.
3 days and 3 months. Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Please give me a reading for Sharon for the next 3 days and the next 3 months. Okay. So I'm still connecting to your future self in the next 3 months, though, because they've already lived through your next 3 days.
Okay.
All right, just give me a second to shuffle these cards. This is another thick deck that takes a while to shuffle. I think it's like 72 cards.
It's just too hard to pick one topic when everything is crazy.
I totally understand. When I really got good at tarot reading, I was like doing a reading for myself every other day. I want to know about this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Eventually you get tired of it.
Yeah. Well, one thing affects everything else. So it's all kind of connected.
Okay, I'm still shuffling. So where are you from, Sharon?
I'm in Nebraska.
Oh, I've never been to Nebraska.
Me neither.
The heartland.
The closest I've been to Nebraska was Kansas.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah.
That's where the Wizard of Oz lives.
I have some questions for him. I need to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's true.
Sharon's still shuffling.
Now I'm hearing that little kid on that one George Strait movie. Sing a song about the heartland.
Yeah. God, what is that? That's pure luck?
Pure Country?
Pure Country. Oh, God, I love that movie.
It was a good one.
Yeah, that's the love story I want.
So first Pink Floyd, and now I have to go see Pure Country.
And Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a must.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know about that.
Actually, they have a Pure Country too.
What?
Yeah, they do. There's a Pure Country 2 out there. I know I have it somewhere.
Have you seen it then?
Yeah, I have. I can't remember right now though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it does it live up to what it should, or should I just stay with the original?
I don't know. It's good. But it's not sticking in my memory. So obviously, I mean, Pure Country, that was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to live up to the original.
I know.
Try
George
as they
Strait. It's funny. George Strait was looking for a house out here in Omaha. He was going to move out here. And it was a big hush-hush thing. The police had to kind of like follow him around, make sure he was okay while he was looking for a ranch. So he decided not to, I guess, but he was looking.
That's
okay. Okay, Sharon, please give me a reading for Sharon for the next days. Please give me a future forecast for Sharon for the next 3 days. Shuffle 3 more times. Cut. Take from the top of the deck. Okay. 1. Oops. 2. 3. Alright, Sharon, get ready to cut. Well, this is strange, Sharon, because you made it seem like everything is so despondent and bad, and I see nothing but good for you in the future.
What? I can't hear you very well. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Little.
Can you face the mic more?
Can you hear me now?
Better.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. So, day 1, you pulled the Harmony card. Oops, 1 second. So there's some partnership. There's a reevaluation that you need to do about some type of partnership. And it's not a it's not a reevaluation like oh you need to go or stay or something. It's like an inventory. So I'm getting that what you need to do, not what's going to happen. I'm getting that what you need to do is take inventory of your relationships on day 1. And then once you have inventory of your relationships, and this is all relationships, so familiar relationships with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, if you have any, you need to take stock in them. And then once you do that, you'll be able to parse out where you can get the harmony that you're seeking. For day 2, I pulled.
Wait 1 second. Wait, you said once I do the evaluation, then I can, and I couldn't understand the last part.
You can figure out where you should go from there as far as your relationships.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's you need harmony, like what? Hold on.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm laughing because you're kind of like me. Things kind of seem bad, but it's not as bad as you think they are. And that's hard to hear because I hate hearing that from the spirit world, because to them it's never as bad as it is for us on earth. We could just be going through the worst pain. And then when you consult spirit, oh, it's not that bad, relax, you'll be okay. But yeah, I have to tell you, things really are not as bad as you think they are. But what you need to do on this day 1 is to do inventory of your relationships and really reevaluate them. And that will help you get the harmony that you're looking for. Day 2, you pull the Destiny card. So
The what?
Destiny. like
Okay.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
So good karma is going to start coming your way on day 2. So the good karma is going to come out because, number one, you taking stock of your relationships is going to put things into a different perspective for you. Once you put things into a different perspective, your mind is going to change. And since we live in the holographic universe, where your vibration is reflected to you, with your perspective and your mind changing, that's going to call forth this good karma that you're seeking that's been blocked because of the storm that you think that you're in. Hold on one second.
Okay.
So I'm getting that you think that you're in a hurricane where you're actually just in a little thunderstorm. So that means that, yeah, it's raining and it's lightning, but you don't have to face 150-mile-per-hour wind. It's just a little rain and thunder. So once again, on day 1, once you do this reevaluation, on day 2, when your perspective changes, that's when this good karma is going to start flowing. Hold on one more second. So there's some action that needs to be taken.
Okay.
I would suggest that on day 2, you will have some clarity on what that action is. So on day 2, once you receive that clarity, take that action. Actually, write it down first, and then take the action that it needs to be. Some people need to be cut off in your life, plain and simple. Yeah, you just need to cut some people out from your life, and you'll know who it is. Yeah, I can end with that right there. Day 3, you pulled the victory and success card. Hold on one second. Oh, okay. Peace, 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 peace. Oh, hold on. You're hard on yourself.
Yes.
You need to, hold on. You're very hard on yourself. And you need peace.
Yeah.
When you cut these people off from your life, oh, I'm laughing because, what's the good? Okay, so you know that feeling you get when you have a cold and your body just feels icky, and then you're over the cold. Like when you're not sick anymore, your body just feels totally different.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. So once you cut these people from your life, it's going to be like, oh, I'm not sick anymore. So that's the victory and success that's going to come with day 3. So to review for the next 3 days, you need to reevaluate your relationships. On day 2, you need to take action. You'll have clarity. When you get that clarity, take action on that clarity. There are people in your life that you need to cut out. So get to cutting on day 2. And on day 3, with the change in perspective in your mind, you're finally going to get this peace that you're having. And with this peace, you're going to see, hey, so day 3 is going to help you see that it's not that bad. It's going to tie back into the hurricane versus thunderstorm analogy that I did earlier. And you agreed that you are hard on yourself, but I am too. Oh, like I'm really hard on myself. But
Right.
you know, acknowledging it and actually like doing something about it are two different things. So once you start doing something about, you know, not being hard on yourself, you need to congratulate yourself more. You you have accomplished a lot more and have done a lot more, and you are. I'm getting that. I need to say you're a good person. I don't know why. Okay. You need to realize and you need to realize and recognize the goodness that you are.
You gotta appreciate.
Yes, I'm trying to
I
go.
try to be.
I'm trying to go back to a conversation we had earlier. I think it was from the first hour. Hold on. Yes, that's what it is. The conversation we had about bullying.
Mm-hmm.
You did not let people take advantage of you,
Right.
and that's what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why you need to
Yeah,
let
you're
people.
right. You know, the
Okay.
thing is, though, these people are not my friends.
Hmm.
These people live around me. I mean, I don't really choose them. So,
I think you need to move out.
yeah, you know,
And that may that may be a part of the action that you need to write down on day 2, is to have a plan on how to get into your own sacred space. And even if it's not, you know, physically possible, so we live in a world where, you know, basically you need food, money, and shelter. So if it's not physically possible for you to go into a safe space where you can provide your own food, money, and shelter, it's perfectly okay to draw boundaries and not deal with a person, even if you're in the same house. That doesn't mean that you have to be disrespectful or mean.
Right.
It just means that, you know, hello, how are you doing? Okay. They may say something. You don't have to absorb the energy that they're getting. Just let it bounce off, even if it's something bad. Just like, oh, okay. And then move on with your life. Stop taking what people, you absorb a lot of energy. You're an empath. You absorb a lot of energy.
Yes.
So as an empath, I'm one too. As an empath, you have to learn to say what's yours and what's not yours. What to take in and what not to take in. You need to learn those boundaries. Don't let people give you their energy. The reason why they're giving you that energy is because you'll take it in. It's very vampiric. Kind of like how the entities who used to run this planet work. How they draw energy off of fear. Well, people who are in unbalanced states can draw energy from other empaths by making them feel a certain way. It's a way for them to exercise their power. You need to take ownership over your own power. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's for the first 3 days.
That's what I was getting to is energy vampires. You got to get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now for the next 3 months. The card for month 1 is called Fulfillment of Wishes. Give me a second.
Yeah. Wonder which wish.
Okay. So, yes. Come on. I'm sorry. I do that. I kind of like, I'm a spirit cheerleader. So when they give me good messages or when things start, ringing true, I'm like, yes, come on. I need it.
Oh, good.
So the wish that you want is peace and harmony. Peace. That's why I kept doing that earlier. Peace. You want peace.
Yeah.
So for this month, I'm seeing peace coming for you. And I'm being drawn to go back into day 2 about that action, the clarity that you're going to get and the action that you need to write down around that clarity. Once you do that, that's going to help you get the peace that you're seeking for month 1.
Okay.
Month 2 is balance. This ties into those energy vampires that you've been dealing with. You need to, I have to describe this card for you. So on this balance card, there is an angel with the wings. He has his head bowed like he's in prayer. He has his arms stretched out before him. He has a sword, some other tool that I don't even know what this is, but it looks like some type of spiritual tool. It's like this really long rod. I'm getting that it's a wand. It's something for drawing magical energy. I see a five-sided star that's upright, and a chalice. He's dressed in a robe, and he has a halo circle. He has a halo encircling most of his body. So the reason why I had to describe this card is because this is kind of how month 2 is going to be. You're going to know what your boundaries are, and you're going to stick to those boundaries and not let people cross those boundaries. The reason why you're going to do that is because you don't want anybody to mess with the peace that you just learn how to obtain with month 1. So right. With having these boundaries, it's going to help you maintain your balance. I'm also getting, just like the earlier reading, you need to take care of yourself. You don't take care of yourself. Ooh, yeah, you're as bad as me. You don't take care of yourself enough. You don't take care of yourself physically. You don't take care of yourself mentally. As far as spiritually, you're like a lot of spiritual people, like, those upper chakras, they're on fire. But those lower chakras, they need some work. The reason why you're not taking care of yourself physically is because you're not taking care of yourself mentally. You really need to wake up in the morning, and you need to do what's called mirror work. I'm being left here to do that. You need to do what's called mirror work, and literally look in the mirror and say, I love you. You're beautiful.
I can't do that.
It's going to be all right.
I'm sorry.
Do a daily affirmation in the mirror.
I'm sorry.
You can do
I
it.
can close my eyes and pretend I'm beautiful. I can do that.
You can do that. That's just as good. Just visualize yourself when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. But you really need to take care of yourself. And that's going to help you balance. Month 3. This is a good group that's coming in. So month 3, you have the intuition card. So like I said earlier about your, upper chakras just being just on fire, it's your lower chakras that need some realignment. With the first 2 months, specifically with you doing the affirmations, that's going to help, along with the peace, that's really going to help recalibrate and rebalance your lower chakras. When we have our chakras balanced and in alignment, that really helps us tie into our psychic abilities. So you taking care of yourself physically and mentally is going to deepen your intuition, spiritual connection. All this is key around, I'm getting like, day 2 is important for you. Day 2 with the clarity and the action, writing it down, and knowing who you need to cut off, that's really important for you for these next 3 months.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on how to do that, but I'm pretty picky.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty picky. I really don't. Most of my life has been just my family, and they're all in heaven but one.
Okay. Well, that's who it needs to be. There's nothing wrong with that. You just it's perfectly fine that right now you need to go into your cocoon and just be around your family.
Right.
Being around your family is going to help you see.
Yeah.
Be around, and when I say your family that, because I'm getting there's some family members that you don't want to be around. So, your family your family that supports you, your family that affirms your well-being. That's who you need to really. I'm going to use the term cocoon or chrysalis. That's who you really need to cocoon around. And when it's time for the cocoon to break, when it's time to get back into the world, you'll know who to. This ties back into your boundaries. You know who to give your energy to, and who not to give your energy to. You know who to allow into your circle, but who not to allow into your circle. So don't feel bad that if you have to cut everybody else off except mommy, daddy, auntie, and uncle, and maybe sister, and that's it. Let it be. This is your life, so you decide how it should be. But on day 2, you're going to get clarity on who you need to cut off and who you should be around. Keep pounding on this. You have to do it, and it may not seem like it's going to happen. It's going to happen right now, but I promise you, day 2, it's just going to happen like a light bulb. I can't deal with this anymore. This is who I need to be around, and write it down. This is what I need to do, and write it down. These are my boundaries, and write it down, and you will get the peace that you are really seeking.
That'd be great.
Oh, I have to say this. So you're another powerful being, but your power is really being hit on the dirt right now. And of course that's purposeful because of the design of Earth and the people who've taken over. But you drawing these boundaries and getting this peace is going to help you. It's going to be like a seed. So you were buried, but once you draw that boundary, once the seed says, "Okay, this is my little plot of land I'm going to put my roots into," your family that represents your family. So this is my little plot of dirt that I'm going to put my roots into. Then you'll be able to grow outside of that dirt and grow past it into the light, and that's going to get you deeper into your intuition, your other psychic abilities, which are very powerful, especially your intuition. You can read something like a book. Like you see things and you just know what it is as soon as you.
You know what though? That kind of bothers me because I think, well, maybe I second guess myself because when an awareness of something, it keeps coming at me and I keep saying, "Oh no, Yeah.
Oh yes, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Psychic Chemist. So that's one word, and you can also go to my webpage, psychicchemist.com. I do readings and dream analysis. I do the future forecasting that you all have heard, as well as tarot reading. Also at the bottom of each page, I have donations. So I only take donations in Bitcoins right now. I also accept Bitcoins for my reading. So you can pay with fiat currency or with Bitcoin. And I'm taking donations with Bitcoin to help me break into this pharmaceutical research industry because chemistry is not cheap.
Indeed. You can go broke doing this stuff. It was so wonderful having you on this show tonight as my guest, and I hope to have you back again soon.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
Can you hold on a sec? Because we do have a couple people that are holding on just to get their reading. And I'll get right back to you in a second.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty. And thank you to everyone in Spaced Out Radio, Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, Deep Talk Radio, and wherever else in the universe you are listening tonight. I had a wonderful time this evening, and it was my pleasure, literally and figuratively. And I can't wait to do it again tomorrow night. And it's generally Psychic Sundays, but tomorrow night we have Dave and Mr. Richie Giordano. So yeah, I'll see you back here on spacedoutradio.com. Until next time, nighty night, love and light to all my space cases out there. You guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow night. You guys, don't forget, we are all in this together. Together, we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we own the night. Take care of my yous. I hope to see you at the after party. 970-335-9596. That's 970-335-9596. You guys have a good night. See you back here on the flip side.
The deeper I go, the deeper I fall.